Okay, so this is the first visual video test of the EEG mask. So this is my workstation right now. Uh, this is the setup. This is a hacked emotive epoch, and so I took the guts out and I put it into this case based on some instructions I found online. This epoch was donated to me about 3 years ago, and so now I wanted to have it here so that you can see. Um, there, all the electrodes are printed. These are the little metal tips that are inside the electrodes that came with it, so that I would have a solid contact to my skull, at least in this first version of the sensors. It hurts. It's not very comfortable, but um, but it works. And so what I've done right now is basically just put a sine wave on each electrode so that I can keep track of them like that. There's a lot more modifications coming to this mask, so I wanted to get this now, just so that you can get an idea of what's what. Let's see if I can hold it and show you. So this is prefrontal motor cortex stuff, occipital stuff, parietal here, um, and temporal and tempoparietal here. So I'm learning the lingo. I'm not conversant in it yet, but I'm gonna get there. And so I've got this running. See, this is the computer that's gonna run it because I'm doing a lot of surround sound processing with this. And so this computer, I've had it forever. And so it's running the dongle. And what I've done is that there is a network that I have here. This is my network switch, right? And so all of my computers, these two, the ones that are on my arms, and this one, which will be mounted to my back, this one doesn't have an audio interface. So what I've been doing is doing all of my processing on cores, because each of these Raspberry Pis has 4 CPUs each, and this one has 4 CPUs. So that's 12 total. Uh, I I put different stuff on different cores so that I can process everything more efficiently. So this one is mainly for all the super heavy lifting stuff, surround sound type stuff. This one does audio. So all the audio gets processed. So surround sound stuff gets processed here, sent to the switch, and then dumped over into here. This one, basically, because it has a screen on it, it's for control and all of that stuff, right? And so this is wireless. I kept the battery. I was going to go wired, but I figured, they went to so much trouble to. This is using a hack called EmoKit, which on the older epochs, um, they broke the encryption so that I could use it like this, so I get raw data. And so this is how I have that raw data laid out. See here, you can see that red line there, that's the battery. These two here, see I'm moving this, and you can see that that is the gyro, so that'll come in very handy. And you can see even when it's not connected to my head, you can see the first slider there is the signal coming from the electrode, and the second one is the signal strength, the quality of the signal, right? So one thing that's interesting is that if I turn it up, let's see here. If I turn it up and I move my hand around it, this is like see, I find that very interesting. So I'm going to put it on now. Now sometimes it cuts out, so just bear with that. And that continuous tone will probably go away once I have it on. See, there are two electrodes here that I have behind the ears, which sit on this mastoid bone, and that acts as a reference for all the electrodes. So the cathode, the negative, is here, and all the rest of them are positive. So they all draw to that on either side. Adjust that. All right, so let's see here. Then, let's see. Okay, and so let me see, is this, let's see. Okay, so that's where that was coming from. So you can see, this is what my brain sounds like. At present, let me turn this down a little bit. So this is what it sounds like right now. You know, this is going to evolve, of course, but it gives you an idea. So now I gotta scoot down for some reason, and so now I'm gonna turn on. Well, let me put these on real quick. Okay, so right now you can tell, see right now I just have the sine waves there just so that I can get a vague idea of what I'm playing with now. Let me do like this. All right. So, okay, so now, and let me see what I have here in regards to my recorder. See, that's it freezing right now. Let me get closer to the thing. Because sometimes it'll lose connection. Okay, there we go. Let me go sideways so that. So I can turn this up as well. Too much. So I'm not going to belabor that too much because, you know, it's interesting, but it's, you know, it's still, it's not ready yet. But I needed to get this as a baseline for, let me just stand back here. So I needed to have this as a baseline for um, the next steps that get layered on top of it. You know, just a proof of concept that the new mask works. I still have to add the mouthpiece back in this week. I'm also printing. I'm also working on parts so I can get my last crowdfunding campaign sorted out. Now that this is a stable version 1. I mean, I already have version 2 and 3 in the bag, but I already know now that I could spend the next 2 years nitpicking over every little detail of how to make this perfect. I'd rather just go ahead. This is what's going to ship. This is what's going to be the first open source project. It's instantly usable, but it's instantly um, modifiable to more useful setups. So it can be used right away or it can be changed. Either way, doesn't really matter because I've already got 2 or 3 versions in the can already. So I wanted to make sure that this was online first, and as soon as I have the mouthpiece integrated and I have um, the some of the more interesting sonification stuff sorted out, I will post that video as well. Cheers.